everyone. Oops. All right. Welcome to another episode of Weekly Squeeze. Your host, E.O.Breakers here. It's 9 p.m. Sunday, and what we typically do is look at high probability trade setups for the week. There are a few things I want to take a look at today. On the agenda, we're gonna I am looking to do probably another BTC, ETH trade, perhaps just BTC trade setup, because Bitcoin is coiling up. So we'll take a look at that. Agenda, as you guys know, I do money calendar, taking a look at the historical data for last 10 years in bullish bearish sentiment. We'll take a look at that. We'll look at the orange dot squeeze scans. I'll run it in front of you. See if there's anything interesting there. And some of you asked me about my chart setup and how I use my indicators. So we'll review the chart setup. I put some links in the description in the YouTube channel on this video. It kind of explains the different tools I use. So you can click on those and get those tools if you like. We chart setup. And then I'll share with you, or we'll do a review of the trades this past week. And then see what we're going to do, if we need to do any adjustments. And I'll do perhaps with the chart setup, I'll share with you kind of like the strategy I use with my charts. And then we conclude with that. I think with money calendar, I'll also take a look at market internals. We'll do SPY, QQQ, perhaps IWM, and we'll take a look at a few stocks just to check the market internals. Okay. So if you're there, just give me a shout to make sure the sound works. Put it in the chat that you can hear me. That would be great. All right, so again, we'll cover Bitcoin because I do plan on doing a trade. I actually did a trade earlier. I'll explain what's going on. It's actually coiling up. It's setting up to be really, really good. So you guys don't want to miss this, because I think the next move will be pretty big. Money calendar, orange dot scans, chart setup, review of the trades. That's the agenda. Type in any other things you guys want to discuss in the chat. Let me know, okay? So I'll post that here. Let's quickly take a look at the Bitcoin chart. So this is the 4-hour chart, guys, and as you can see, we're kind of in this symmetrical triangle, and it's perfectly following this triangle. So the reason I'm saying I might do another trade today is, as you can see, it's kind of coming down. If it hits here, I'm gonna place a buy order. I did it earlier. I bought it here and I sold most of it here. In fact, I'll show you guys. I think, let's see, how do I do that? So on Bybit, what I did was earlier today, I got in around here, and then I rode this thing up all the way to the up here. I think I shared with you guys on my Bybit setup, I have ATRs, plus one ATR, plus two, three ATR, and then, minus one, minus two, minus three. Kind of have the median. I typically, with Bitcoin, what I do is look at the 4-hour chart. And when you're breaking through this, it's typically a move that goes up to, 2 ATR. Right now, we're in a consolidation period, so it's not going that far, right? It's going down and coming back up. I think we have a few days before this thing explodes. So we got to get ready for that. I think there's a good opportunity here. Luis, thanks for the chat. Thanks for joining. So one thing I want to show you guys, this W here that broke out to the upside. It was a pretty good move. I think in this triangle that I just showed, same thing will happen. We'll have another W here, and then when it breaks, it'll go up to 1 or 2 ATR. So I wouldn't be surprised. This is a 4-hour chart, so sometime tomorrow or Tuesday, we're up here, at the 59,000 level. So I'm going to try to place a trade. So I had 500K risked earlier. I wrote this up. I booked some profits. Unfortunately, you can't see it because they just reset the realized P&L at 8 p.m. So it reset to 0, and only it only shows my last bit of Bitcoin I sold at the last minute. So I left 100K because my purchase price was 56,400. That was really good. So I'm gonna place some orders down here to catch this. Don't do this at home. Obviously, this is a high risk trade, right? My assumption is this is gonna come back here to the 84 EMA, or somewhere around here between 2 and 3 ATR. And it's going to bounce off and create a W again. So that's my perspective on this. Why do I think that way? I think we're in a still bullish setup. And I showed you guys the coil up situation with this chart. So in this chart, we are perfectly following this trend line. I do expect we're going to hit here again, and we're going to go test the top end of this thing this week. And I actually think this week we're going to break out of this thing to the upside. Now, it could also break down, right? But let's say if we were to go break to the upside, I want to be in a position, okay? I want to keep this Bybit position, but I'm going to just add into the position when it comes down here, sell some when it comes up here, so I'm lowering my cost and booking some profits in case it turns back down. But I will always add in during the breakout. So let's say, oops, this is not the right tool. Let's do this. So I'll just do it from here. So if this week, if we break out of this thing to the upside, so it's down here tonight, we come back up, the next 2 days, and we get out. If we break out of this triangle, our target, will be 65,000, okay? So that's to the upside. $65K. So So I'm doing a high risk trade to keep myself in a position to catch the breakout, but you could do a safer trade. Okay. Why is this not picking this up? All right. So typically, if it breaks, it comes back down and tests the top of the triangle as support, and then it shoots up, right? So you want to wait for that, when you see bounce here, and then you get in, then you have a good chance you catch the move, big move, and with confirmation, okay? So what if this thing goes back to the downside? Why is this doing this? Yeah. All right, let's see. Clone this thing. So if we go to the downside, so it's already coming down, right? It could break to the downside. That's your risk. So where does it go? You go all the way down to, I think we'll have 50K support somewhere around here. I'm going to just put 50K, but it could go down to 49 based on the triangle pattern. Oops. So we could come down to 50K, and that would still maintain the bullish trend, okay? Like actually coming down here, and we just go all the way up to 100K after that. Bitcoin does that, right? Bitcoin comes down, kills all these stops for people who are bullish, takes everybody's money. And believe me, guys, it happened to me. In fact, it happened to me last week. So I gave some of my profits back. I got into a bullish trade too early, and then I think it was somewhere around here. I got punished. I got in, and then we immediately came down. At that point, I wasn't drawing this triangle, obviously, and so I was playing the waves in my indicators, and then it just literally it hit the median and just came back down here and hit my stops. It just took me out. And this is what happens when you have stops closely. So I've been playing with stops and non-stops kind of with the Bitcoin trades, and most of the time I make money when I don't have stops, where I manually manage it. But lately in this consolidation mode, it's hard, so you have to be careful. So I'm gonna post this so you guys know. So you have this chart. Let's see if I can make this smaller so we can have it in the screenshot. Okay. Hi, Janak, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming. All right, let me do this. So let's go back to, all right, BTC. I want to put that chart up here so you guys have it. And if it doesn't come through, we can laugh at me next weekend together. BTC explosive move expected later this week. Okay. Post this. All right. And then I want to show you guys quickly, since we are on this chart. So the way I got into this earlier trade, so I'll show you where the big arrow is, this yellow arrow. That's where I entered today. But how did I do that? Like, how did I know to enter there? What if it continued to go down, right? So this is what I do. So, and I will explain this if you stay to the end. I will explain my chart setup here. The top portion is the Squeeze Pro. This middle section is Market Cipher. And then I have this Volt Pack ID indicator, this green clouds. I actually made it cloud. It wasn't cloud, it was just lines, but I'll show you guys how to get it. And then I have this kind of modified RSI thing that I follow in relationship to the Wolf Pack ID. So what I did was, I typically look at the 4-hour chart for the bigger trend, right? I saw 4-hour. So what I did was actually, let me see. I'll remove myself from here. So you can see here. So what I did was I was looking at in the 4-hour chart. The waves. The wave was coming down. The momentum wave was coming down, and it hadn't shown the green dot. So I saw this yellow cloud here is the VWAP turning, and then we were still in this green area is the money flow. So the money flow was still green. So I was looking at this and VWAP turning here, and also what I noticed, but the Wolfgang ID also had turned. This red was going up towards the 0 line. That's typically means money coming in. So this validation 4-hour was sufficient for me. Then I went down to 1 hour to see the confirmation. So in 1 hour, I got double bottom and green momentum dots. So that was the buy signal with money flow in the red, but it was turning to the 0 line, and VWAP was already above 0. So this was sufficient for me. In fact, just right at this yellow arrow, you see how this RSI Laguerre, whatever you want to call it, is turning green as well. So this was sufficient for me to enter into a buy signal. So that was my buy signal. That's when I entered. The other thing is I was also looking at kind of like the symmetry with the previous areas where the same thing happened with the momentum waves. So that's what I saw, and that's when I entered here, and I wrote this thing up here and took profits. So recovered some of my losses from the past week. Also, I'm trying to keep my position to catch the bigger move, right? Like we had a few fake outs, like up here, it's kind of looking at more upward move, break this out, but I think we're gonna go all the way to this week and then break out with this thing. So watch out for that. So this 1 hour, so look at this, right? Perhaps on this session, we could be in a trade. This 1 hour wave is coming down. So we want to see this wave come down all the way to the bottom and then turn up. So if that happens tonight, I might consider. So that's hopefully the bounce from here. This is why I would put it, potential, a little bit risky trade at the bottom of this to catch the bottom here. In fact, let's do it, guys. Let's put the order in. It's not going to fill, obviously, but let's put the order in. So I'm going to do, so this is a 4-hour chart. That's fixed 56, 100. I think, yeah, I'm going to do that. Let me see if I already have an order. I have 54, 600 here, but I'm going to do, all right, I'm going to do 56,100. So you can see I'm doing 56. Actually, the leverage ratio is not good. Hold on. Let me fix the isolated. Okay. All right. I'm putting down 56,100 as purchase. My liquidation price well below. So hopefully, not hopefully, but if it goes down to 50s, I think it'll be bought. So we put that in, so 56,100, and then I'm gonna put, you see how this wick is all the way down here? I'm gonna put somewhere catching this 3 ATR. I'm gonna do 55,600, another 100,000, okay? And I'm just gonna leave these. Let's see if during this session if we get a fill, or if not, it'll stay overnight. But right now I'm already in a 100K position. This was earlier 500K. I sold and took profits on the 400K. So, all right. So let's go back. Let's go back to the agenda. So that was BTC. Ethereum, I'm actually, I think Ethereum is kind of going through the same thing, so I'm not going to repeat that. We spent a lot of time already. We may look at the Ethereum towards the end of the session when something changes. The waves are similar. Ethereum is exactly the same setup as Bitcoin, okay? All right, so let's see. Money calendar, market internals, okay? Let's take a look. As you guys see, we looked at last week, for March. We're actually in now bullish weeks. It's getting bullish. I think March through July, I expect us to be bullish. I do expect plenty of bullish setups for us to take advantage of. And I think July through September, we may have some rocky situations. We'll see. The bond situation, the yields, obviously always creating destable environment for us, so we still have to be careful. Before I get to the individual names for money calendar, what I want to show you is what I did this week. So BCRX, I booked profits again. My profits in BCRX keeps increasing. I had 500 contracts with various, 11, 12, and 13. They're all expired, worthless, guys. So this was a great week for me. 13, I thought I would get assigned because, it's at one point on Friday, I think it was under 13. But we didn't get assigned, so it was. Even if I didn't get assigned, I actually wanted to own it because on Monday is a big day for BCRX. I think there will be some data. They're gonna announce some sort of phase 1 data results for their factor D, I think, if I'm not mistaken. If that result is pretty good, I don't expect much from phase 1 data, but you could see a couple of dollar move in BCRX on Monday. I think that was the anticipation why all these people got in. I actually reduced my positions. I'm waiting for sell the news event so I can sell more naked puts for April monthly income. So if you guys want to do that with me, I'll do that this week. Hopefully BCRX pulls back down to 12s, and then we sell naked puts of 11 and 12 and have monthly income. Because I don't mind. So the reason I have confidence in this trade is the company is solid. They have so many things going on for them in the pipeline. They're generating cash in their already approved ROC last month. So the revenue start coming in from that. So I don't mind actually owning Wirecrest stock. So what happens is I am selling naked puts and benefiting from premium crush. Again, this has been so far, I don't want to jinx it, but 100% trade, profitable trade over the last 12 months. So I have been doing this. So as you guys can see, I made like 220K profits just from BCRX. Some stock price increases as well, because we went from $4 to, $12, $13. But then, you can't time these things, right? I sold at 6, most of it. I went back in again when I saw it stabilized. I went back in again at 8, 9. I sold again. Now I sold again in 13 this past week. I reduced my position to only 10,000 shares. So I like to get this doubled up in a pullback. We'll see. Anyhow, so I'm in a Fubo trade. This is at a loss right now, but I didn't share this in the trading room with you guys. It was more related to my chart setups. It's nothing fundamental here, but it's a put credit spread I have. I think we'll see how this goes, but it's for this week. This will bring $7,500 if this thing stays above $30, right? So that's for 7,500. Jumia, I sold naked puts. I think I put that in the trading room with most of you. We'll see. I'm okay to get assigned. I sold it at $40. This week, if it stays above $40, I'll net out 22K. So that's the trade. I like Jumia for max pain related results. So this is typically, you look at stocks, where it's going to end up based on the option activity. Jumia shows, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jumia's max pain for this coming week is 45. So I'm assuming they'll do a dip to panic people like me to see if we would close our naked puts earlier in the week. I would not, obviously. I want to get assigned if it stays down. And then I think they'll recover midweek and go up to closer to 45 to screw with all the $45, people who sold calls. So, the market does that, right? They'll screw everybody. People bullish and bearish will get nervous throughout the week. So one thing we learned about trading together is don't put emotions in it and don't panic, right? Things like that happens. So that's my Jumia trade this week. In fact, I'm going to take a look at Jumia. Janak had a question. What if you just did a leap in BCRX? You could do leaps, yeah. I mean, especially for a stock like this. The thing is, because I don't trust the macro conditions of the market, I consider the types of trades I'm doing kind of like the cautious side. So I'm typically taking the premium as opposed to having a bullish option premium that is eroding if it stays within the same, right? So even if you do leaps, you will lose some credits if it doesn't move, right, over time. Although it's going to be a lower amount of decay. But also remember, in your leaps, even if the stock moves, your leaps are going to move less than if you had a short-term position, right? So there's the risk reward. So you have to look at it from that perspective. Like if you do shorter-term stock or options, you're immediately benefiting from the move that's happening this week. If you have a leap, it's going to move minimal. So a percentage return on your leap might be limited, unless the stock just breaks away and you're getting crazy return, which is, by the way, it's possible for BCRX. So that's the risk reward. I don't mind. I actually want to own the shares of BCRX. So I have 20,000. I had 20,000 shares typically average I'm maintaining. So I sold 10, half this week, book profits. So I'm waiting for some sort of sell the news type event. So Monday news might, maybe people are expecting the stock to go up. If it dips, I'm gonna buy. That's what I'm waiting, and I'll sell naked puts this week. So that's that, and I have a few other things. I've been adding to my long-term positions. I think you guys were in this SOS position with me, so I booked some profits on this already. I had, I think, 10,000 of this, and I think between a little bit of when I got into, then I reduced it to I think I sold calls against it. I can't remember now what I did, but I got a little bit of profit. And then I also Friday sold naked puts when there was a dip. So I sold these at 85 and 90. So $8,500 and $9,000. So I could get somewhere around $19,000 this week just from SOS, if especially Bitcoin goes up. So we'll see how that does, but that's the position. And then I got into SpaceX, Virgin Galactic, and this was one of TG trades I just wanted to follow. So I had 5,000 shares of SpaceX. It actually dipped and hit his stop, but I was looking at the chart. Actually, chart looks good. So the momentum waves show actually potential upside on space. So we'll see. So my average is not that good. Look at this. It ended up at 32.91, but 33.66. So I'm gonna hold this long term. I'm not touching it. If it goes up like $5, then I'll take profit. But these others from I think old times. You guys know NCNA. I'm kind of holding. Macy's. I'm holding. Lizzie. I am bleeding. Lizzie. This was. I think I shared earlier. There was some research report, and I'm gonna hold this for the long term. I'm not touching it. But this was one of those stocks I got in. As soon as I got it, it dipped. so we're losing some money on that. Okay, so that's kind of like the past week's review on trades. So I want to review the Jumia chart and space chart together. Okay, let's take a look. Let's do Jumia, just because I'm in this. All right, so daily chart doesn't look very good. So I'm gonna have some pain this week. Looks like, because I had naked puts down here. This daily wave, it looks like. So what I would expect. So if this wave, the momentum wave here, if it continues up here, then we are good. So if this happens, we are good. But it looks like it's going to turn here. There's a good possibility this thing is turning right here and going like this. So what if that happens, guys? So if this happens this week, watch out for this, and I'll let you know. This would be a very good buy signal. So what you would have is, this is also exactly what I just shared with you guys. So this thing will come down, scare all the people who are who sold puts like me do this and then go like this and finish the week closer to the max pain, 45. Okay, so it looks like it's gonna do that. That's based on daily. Let me see, 4 hour. 4 hour money coming out. The wave is coming down. Yeah, I mean it's the same message. Oh, 1 hour we have a potential buy signal. So the short time frame is already turning. So yeah, I think same thing. We'll go like this and then maybe come back down and then go up. So okay, maybe we may be okay. And Jumia. All right, what was the other one I said I would look at? SOS. Is anybody on in SOS with me? Yeah, SOS looks like it's going to come down on the hourly. But VWAP is turning up and money flow is green. So this thing is probably consolidating up here. So it looks good. 4 hour shows a pullback. So potential pullback to early 7s. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the agenda. All right, let's look at market internals. Let's see, what do we see? Let's look at SPY. All right, just a reminder in case there's so many people who are, later on watching this thing. Just a reminder, everyone. I'm an average trader, like all of you, and some of you are probably better than me. None of the things I discuss here should be considered financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. Everything I discuss is that types of trades I'm looking at or things I'm trying to not to get in or stay away. So now this is financial advice, okay? All right, as you can see, SPY. All right, so 4 hour chart. I typically look at 4 hour chart with SPY. And we got a sell signal up here. Since then, it's been pulling down. VWAP is turning, but the money flow is coming out. So let's see. I'm gonna perhaps do a little bit of a prediction. Okay. So let's take a look at this. I think if it does this, guys, okay. And let's see, last time we came from here to here, okay? So I wouldn't be surprised. This doesn't look good, guys, for SPY. I hope I'm wrong about this. Oh, okay, hold on. But the starting point is up here. Okay, we may be okay. So I think, in fact, we can even use this as starting point. All right, so does it match with the signal here? No, it doesn't. Right here. So I'm gonna just move it up here. All right, so unfortunately, it looks 4 hour chart looks ugly. All right, so my price target for SPY is yeah, it's coming down. I mean, hopefully it doesn't do this. It's gonna suck for all of us. It's 384, okay? So watch out for it. I mean, it looks like, let's look at the hourly. Maybe hourly already turned. Yeah, hourly already turned. So maybe it's not going to be that wild. But 4 hours still bearish if it completes that wave. Yeah. So don't be surprised, okay, if we go down and test these lows, okay? Perhaps the support is actually 380, yeah, somewhere around. So, all right, here's what I'll give you on SPY. Yeah, somewhere. So maybe somewhere on here. 387 is the magic number. Okay. So if we break 387, so we may retest 387. If we break 387, this thing will go down. Okay. So my first target is 387 for this week. And hopefully we bounce back from 387, okay? If we don't, it's gonna be ugly. Okay. That's SPY. All right. All right, let's look at QQQ very quickly. Let me know if any stocks you want me to look at. If I get to it, I will. QQQ. Okay, 1 hour looks good. Let's do 4 hour. 4 hour looks good. VWAP is turning. Money flow. So we may have a little bit of pullback, but this looks like there's going to be a bullish setup this week. So potentially we'll do a smaller momentum wave here. Okay. And that would be, this is 4 hours, so it could be tomorrow. So you may have a, tomorrow, Tuesday, maybe it's Tuesday. So Tuesday morning, you'll have a small momentum wave here. We'll have a green dot. This will be a buy signal. And that's for 4 hour. Let's see what type of estimation I can give you. If that happens, you're looking at something similar to this. So perhaps from here to, yeah, it's not bad. Maybe a version of this might happen. So that would be, yeah, somewhere. Let's do it this way. So if it is exactly right here, so it's somewhere from here to here. So it will go back up. So there's some downside and then coming back up. So you go like this and then go back up. The reason I'm showing this, guys, like this is how I use these tools to measure time and price. So that helps me with my entry point. Like right now, I'm looking at potentially an entry into QQQs on Tuesday, if the timing of this right. So I will be watching this chart and look at for a smaller wave. If this ends up being a really deep wave, of course, then we are way down here. All right. But the fact that this VWAP is turning to the zero line, it just indicates to me we're going to have a small pullback. Even though this looks like this radical pullback, I just did it a little bit more aggressive probably. Small pullback, coming back up. So Tuesday, QQQ might be a buy zone, but we'll see. I already have, 2-3 big trades, so I might not trade at all, but just to see this through, I might consider it. So let's put this in. Let's see. All right, so let's look at the money calendar. So I ran a scan this week. Look at this, Lululemon, 90%. We have 100% here. Let me just see what this is. Wow, this looks much better. What is this stock? I should have looked it up. PVH. PVH Corporation. All right, this is very interesting, guys. So, what do we do on Money Calendar? So, what is Money Calendar? So Money Calendar looks at last 10 years. If you were to place this trade, basically buying on March 22nd and selling it on April 29th, on average, you would make $9. So, max profit 24, drawdown 11. But look at this. I like these types of charts. Kind of like averaging around 7, but it last 3 years it's been increasing the P&L. So what does the chart look like last year? You would have a little bit of dip, go up, you do the W, you break the W, you go up. Yeah. So this looks good. It would dip again. It's obviously, if you don't panic and sell here, you have a pretty good chance of making this thing would, wow. All right. I like the chart on this, okay? Well, meaning historical data on this, on Money Calendar. So I'm going to put this in. So we looked at this, right? So it's PVH. It was right here, 100%. Power meter is strong as well. So So you have pretty good odds with this. Let's take a look at it on the charts with my indicators, PVH. All right, it has orange dot squeeze in 4 hour, guys. And it's all green money flow. VWAP is turning into 0. 4 hour looks good. So this is the type of stock based on the 4 hour chart. You want to buy the dip, okay, when it dips. Yeah. I didn't. So this diamond, red diamond indicate it'll have a similar move. So just watch out. So you don't have to buy this tomorrow, but the calendar says if you did, you would be fine. But just want to do this. Let's see. Just to be safe. So if you did something like this, just a symmetry play. So if this thing hits 104 tomorrow, it pulls back to 104, consider buying tomorrow or Tuesday. So let's see, where's buy 103 to 104. To April, whatever it was. What was it? April 29. Yeah, let's consider this, okay? 100% record is good. History doesn't always repeat, but history rhymes most of the time, okay? So it looks like it does these moves down, stays above, as long as it stays above the EMA ribbon, this is bullish. You would catch the next wave that will go higher. So let's put that in. So I might do this. I might call a put credit spread, sell a put credit spread tomorrow, or do a vertical call, or I'll do a delta 70 call. You can do any of those things, okay? It looks pretty good actually. I want to take a look at the daily chart just to be safe. 4 hour looks good. As you can see, I use a lot 4 hour and 1 hour. I look at 4 hour for macro trend in a particular stock or equity, and then look at 1 hour for entry. So that was 4 hour. Let's look at daily. Yeah, daily it's pulling back a little bit, but all green. Look at this money flow, guys. This thing is on fire. I mean, it's been getting lots of attention. I have to research this. Why? This is crazy. I mean, even though it does these dips with the momentum waves, you can catch them. that's the thing about momentum waves. Like money calendar catches based on data, looking at consistency. But we could also perfect the money calendar entry within the vicinity of the historical data, but like see where we are this year. So, you know, there's a chance this thing would pull back. Like that last three waves were at the top like this, and then it went back again and went up the fourth wave. So we have 1, 2, 3. So it looks like it may come down again and go like this and do the fourth wave before it goes down. So you may have your move way before than April. So this dip was not that deep, right? It just consolidated. So it is consolidating on daily. All right, so let's take a look at it. Luis A, let's see, okay, E. Is this one oak? Is that what it means? Let's see. Okay, so you guys see the difference in this? So very similar. The only exception on daily, the wave is clearly coming down. So we will have a dip. And the VWAP is moving away from the zero line. So this will have a more confirmed pullback. Okay, so was that on money calendar as well? Let's see. So yeah, it was also 100%. So okay, so the difference between this chart and the other chart is you guys kind of see like it has these dips. So this is skewed by the last year. So I don't like these types of charts, even though it's consistently a winner. This may not result in actually a winning trade for an option trader, okay? Because you may lose on these, even though the stock made money. You may lose premium if you're doing calls. So look at PVH chart. Look at this. I like this rise in profit line. You know, the profit loss statement for this over the last 6 years, it's been going up. So what if the 2021 is up here? You have $21, $25. So this has a better setup from historical data perspective. Was there another 100%? No, okay. I do want to take a look at Lulu. Okay, I was looking at it earlier. So this has a rising profit line as well. I typically don't like pullbacks within the last 5 years. So 2017 was a negative year for Lulu. And it gapped down, so it wasn't earnings related, most likely. All right, I will still post this because look at the last 3 years. Even if you get half this, you may be, I mean, this may be okay. We'll have to take a look at the chart. Oops. let's take a look at Lulu right here. It needs time on the daily, but it is getting to be a good setup. So I like these momentum wave turning. Okay, and the money flow. This was a buy right here, obviously. In the second green dot, when you have double bottom kind of scenario, and the money flow is turning, VWAP had turned, this would be the buy signal right here. Here, the money flow turned, so, and VWAP turned. So you have a little bit of risk here on daily for this to perhaps do another wave. Kind of come down here and do a smaller wave. And you would enter here. So it would be a small dip. You would have your buy. So that's this week. It's like 25. What is that? Yeah. By the end of this week, this may become a good buy. Let me see 4 hour. Yeah, same. So this 4 hour wave needs to be coming down here. All right. So Lulu, you wait. Lulu, wait 4 days. Where did we put that? Here? Nope. All right, Lulu. Where is it? Where am I typing? Yep. Lulu. Wait 4 days. Then consider buy. And exit by April 19th. All right. All right, perfect. So we're at 10 o'clock, so I want to spend another 15 minutes. Just go back to agenda very quick. Actually, let's check and see if we got anything. No, none of our orders filled. I still have the original. So Bitcoin likes to do this. In fact, when you want a W, you want the second leg of the W maybe slightly higher. That's a bullish indicator. Then you get the W a little tilted to the upside. I kind of like that, but that's me. All right, we'll see. I hope it comes down and hits and let me buy before tomorrow. Okay. All right, let's go back to the agenda. Orange dot scans. Let's do a quick orange dot scan. This doesn't have my orange dot. I hope I have it here. You want orange dot with rough pro buy? Typically, you don't get these, but so I do daily orange dot with 4 hour buy signal. Let's see if we catch anything. Nope. How about daily with daily? All right. And let's do 1 hour. All right, we got somebody. So this combination rarely brings something, but when it brings something, we gotta check it out. So this is 4 hour. We gotta look at daily. So daily, 2-day, orange dot scan. This is a pharma, so maybe they're expecting something big. And so we have orange dot. I don't know what the chart, why the chart is not showing, but and then if we look at 1 hour, if we look at 1 hour, we have rough pro, ready, aim, fire. Wow, look at this long tail. It came down all the way to 34 and pushed back. This could be a buy. 4 hour squeeze, daily squeeze, 2-day squeeze. It got rejected big time below this level. So you can buy, have a stop that right there. You can have a stop right at 38. So you had a small risk, 38. And then daily orange squeeze. Wow, what a big rejection here. That's pretty interesting. See, last time it did that, it did this. Yeah, this is a buy the dip kind of scenario. This is an interesting stuff. I have no idea what these guys do. C4 Therapeutics. But daily looks like it's a buying opportunity on a bullish trend. It got rejected big time when it tried to crack down the daily ribbons to the downside. Last time it did that down here, that was a buy signal. When it did that here, it was a buy signal. Four hours is giving a ready signal. So if tomorrow this thing is above here, it's a buy. It's going to be a RAF Pro buy. So look at this, 30 minutes, ready, aim, fire. So maybe try to buy this thing at 38. This is this the weekly? That's the daily low. Okay. We should monitor this guys. It's interesting to me. All these dips resulted in big bounces. Look. All these dips, big bounces. So obviously you can't always catch the dip. 39 to 45. Yeah, so you get $5-6 moves. So yeah, you get again 45 probably from this. I will post this, but this is just a random scan I just ran, right? So, so consider that, okay, before you put your money in. But sometimes taking emotions out, not knowing the stock, but just trading the chart pattern is the best way to do it. That way, you're not emotionally attached to the stock. You just get in, you put your stop right on the 38. And you put a price target of 45. You get into this thing and so I'm going to put this under orange dot squeeze. let's speed it up a little bit. Scans. Red dot squeeze, orange dot squeeze. Let's do just the orange dot daily squeeze scan. Now I'll post this. Look at this, Google. Oh shit, everybody is orange dot daily. GWPH. Wow, this is a big list, guys, for daily orange dot squeeze. And typically you get, so we may have a big week. Look at this. I'll have to take a look at some of these. I'm just putting the top portion, okay? I'm not going to put multiple. You guys can run the scan as well. Oops, where did it go? Yep. Karthik, are you still in Google or did you book profits? Let's take a look at Google just because of the orange dot. So he probably made a move and then look at this, guys. I think I reviewed this and put a target and look at this. It hit perfectly the target. It came down. That's so funny. I must have done this on one of our sessions. Yeah, I did this for on an hourly basis. 40 minutes. Trying to remember when I did this. Yeah, let's erase this. All right, so let's take a look. So 4 hour, same thing. So orange dot. Oh, I don't like this. Orange dot going to red dot is typically not good news. Because you almost need to consider like it's firing to the direction of the red dot. Oops. Yeah, it's not good. The direction of the red dot is to the downside. But it is still in the squeeze, right? So it has to complete this momentum wave. It'll give a buy signal. We may be just consolidating here. Google, perhaps like it comes down to, I don't know, what did we close at? 20, 30. So it comes down to somewhere around here. And then you have a buy signal. So we may have a buy signal this week on Google down here. It needs to complete this wave. Go like this. And it's going to probably make these small waves until it fires and squeeze. So it's going to oscillate around here. So let's see a smaller time frame, 1 hour. 1 hour looks good, it's turning. Money flow is turning, but VWAP is coming down, so that's not good. It's going to consolidate. VWAP is coming down. This is a fake out. So this red cross, typically a bearish indicator that market manipulation is happening on Google. So it happened up here. So basically, somebody was trying to show like it's return, it's going back up, but then massive selling comes. Same thing here. Same thing here. It looks like it's going to go up, but then they kill it afterwards. They kill it. Same thing is happening here. So I'll expect it to come down to 2,000. So there's some manipulation on Google. Somebody is probably accumulating, most likely. They're doing a fake out, pushing it down, buying. Fake out, pushing it down, buying. So you want to catch it at the bottoms. So it could probably, this wave, it looks like it's going to turn like we did it on the other one. So that's how I'm using these Market Cipher. I put links to Market Cipher. Take a look at it. If you use my referral code, I think you get some discount. And I think they have 5% discount now. It used to be 10%. But guys, I really like this tool. The reason I use it, and I paid for it. I paid for a lifetime access some time ago. This thing gave me better entry points with squeezes. I've been having a hard time with squeeze directions for a while, just using EMAs. I don't like it. And also don't like look at this. So you're in squeeze here. Actually, let's find a better spot. Let's look at the 4 hour. So look at this. So you're in squeeze, 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 squeeze. Like you're in squeeze, right? All this time. Hopefully. Let's see. I can show. Let's move the chart. My system is slowing down. So look at this, guys. So let's say we would catch Google right here on January 5th. Okay. So we're in squeeze. After the 6-7 squeezes, you would normally get in, okay, and you would probably randomly catch this move, okay. But for me, like it's not only that, but it's squeezes, looking at squeezes, and then looking at the turning of the momentum wave and getting it green dot on momentum wave. And also seeing the money flow turning. So it's making a nice curvature. Okay, this red curvature indicates that money was flowing out. Now it's turning. The flowing out is turning. So it's money actually coming in. And then you see VWAP. VWAP is turning up. So like this would be, instead of getting in all during these squeezes, I would get in on this first green dot and 4 hour chart. This would be my entry. Obviously, we would, experience this. If you don't take profits here, you would experience this painful situation. Follow the waves, and then the second time you would add in would be here. So we would enter here. Look at this massive move you would catch with the waves, momentum waves. Okay. So you would catch this. So the Market Cipher, I've been using it for crypto. Then I started using it on stocks. And oh my God. So with squeezes and Market Cipher together. And I think I showed you guys the Wolfpack ID. Like actually, let's take a look at it from the other. So let's look at this chart. It has the other one. So for my confirmations. So let's look at, okay, Janak wants us to look at MA. Let's do that on MA. So I'll look at 4 hour MasterCard, okay? So take a look at this, right? Oops, there you go. Okay, so I'm looking at my other monitor, so. All right, so look at this. So Can you guys see my, yeah. So look at where my vertical cursor is, right? So you would be in this squeeze, right? You would catch the squeeze, 4-hour squeeze, but you wouldn't enter when the wave is coming down. So you would enter over here when the wave turning up, money flow is turning up, VWAP is up, and you have the green dot, and you get a buy signal here, but ignore these signals. I typically operate based on the lower indicators. So you would enter the trade here. What a perfect entry. So this would work on MasterCard 4-hour charts. So let's see another scenario. Look at this. Red dot squeezes, okay? So confirm. So you want to get into the squeeze setup. But where would you get in? You look at the money flow, you look at the momentum waves. Momentum wave is coming down, so you would not enter around here. So the wave turns. We get the green dot, VWAP is above 0, and the money flow is on the green. You would enter right here during the day. You would know this is 4 hours, so you would enter somewhere around here. Let's say worst case you entered at the close. Okay? Look at this move you would catch. Perfect entry, right? So MA, let's look at 4 hour now, future looking. So look at this. So the squeeze, I don't like these black dot squeezes. I mean, I like them, but they're not as powerful, right? The compression is not as, it's low compression squeeze. So, it's okay. So the 4 hour, look at this, this red cloud here is the Wolfpack ID. So you typically want to catch the crossings of green to red. So like this green to red spot would be a short opportunity right here. You would have caught, before my sell signal from my code, you would have caught that with this modified RSA wave coming down and the green to red transition, right? So what I would expect for MasterCard is this MasterCard? Yeah, MasterCard is for this money flow, like VWAP is turning here, indicating, and the momentum wave is turning, right? I want this wave to turn. It's going to be a small wave. Most likely it'll give a red, green dot here, and then go up here. So you could catch this move. So obviously you also need to wait for this oversold situation. So you would go, last time it did that, it was down here. Let's see, the small, yeah. If you caught this and you went up to this level, because this is small squeeze, so you're going to go up here. So let's assume the bottom happened here. So you would catch this move from, if this thing hits to 350, goes back up to 369, you would catch that move, okay? So that's MasterCard. Let's take a look at some tech names. Amazon. Let's look at daily. So daily, unfortunately, not looking good. So this was a potential fake out here. It's gonna pull back. VWAP is coming down. Money flow, I can't really see. I need to zoom into this thing. Yeah, maybe money flow is turning. If that's turning. So here's what I'm thinking. Amazon daily chart. It looks like it's going to do one of these small waves. So you'll have Amazon buy signal this week, 25th. So is that Thursday? So most likely, so we can anticipate pull back, and we get in. So that's potential if this wave completes this way, right? If the wave that goes all the way down here, then it's not a trigger of buy. It's in fact sell. But because we have this double bottom signal here, like this was a buy signal on my code here, aligning with market cipher. So that was good. And then profit taking happened, it's pulling back. Same thing. We're gonna catch the pullback. So we might do an Amazon trade this week. Okay. I know I promised about the chart setups. It's 10:30. It's getting so late. Let me just quickly mention these. I'm gonna do a detailed session. Maybe we skip doing market weeks and just cover setup. But this is the Squeeze Pro setup. You can find this on TradingView. It's free. This is it's a modified version for me. And then this is Market Cipher. I put the link on YouTube, so please take a look. And then this green wave, red wave. This is Wolfpack ID. It's a if you look at it, it's spelled like the Wolfpack ID. This is he doesn't share his source code. I could not figure out what he's doing, but it works perfectly in terms of aligning with money flow. That's what I do. If money coming out and this thing going to green to red, I know already I have my sell signal, so I close my position, take profits. So sometimes when I exit something early, that's because of that. I see that I exit early. It still might go up a little bit, but then that's early morning for me, right? So use the links I put in YouTube. Unfortunately, this is not free, the middle one. I highly recommend though, timing. It really helps with timing of entry and exits. I haven't tried it with stock futures. I've tried it with crypto futures and it works very well. I bet if I had the time during the day to trade stock futures, this would probably make a killing. Definitely recommend it. If you use my link, again, we both benefit. All right, so let's take a look. Kartik is asking, look at Apple. All right, let's take a look at Apple. All right, look at Apple. Very similar to Amazon chart. Look at that. They did a fake out here. There's a buy signal, but VWAP came down and money flow coming out. So there's pullback. As you can see, Wolfpack ID is coming out. So we might have, this is daily, so we may have a day or two pullback. According to this, doesn't mean it's going to happen that way, but the chart looks that way, right? So again, same thing. Perhaps small pullback. Okay. Then this goes up here like this. So what does that mean? So this is daily. What date is this? 24 March might be a buy signal potential. So you get a green dot here. This thing pulls back a little. Let's see how much will it pull back. So similar to this, it's coming from the median though. So it would be a pullback like this. So it's a small pullback. So you'd be okay. So if it did this, it actually hit that target though. If you do it from here, it's all right, not that bad. I mean, it may pull back $1. So during the midweek is buy. So I suspect, depends on, we're gonna have to watch this, the daily wave, and see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe even Thursday. So 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour. Yeah, look at this. This wave is coming down. Money flow is coming down. So you want this thing to pull back. In fact, based on the 4-hour, and look at the squeeze pulling back too. So yeah, so this has some room to come down. Like 4-hour actually gives us a little bit more data points. So we went from here to here. I'm just looking for a little bit of symmetry. Yeah. So if same type of wave move happened, oops, it would be from here. Yeah. So it could come down to 116. 116, 117 buy zone. Where did it close? Yeah. So you may have a 117 pullback, Karthik, and that would be a good buy zone. It would. So basically, look at this in 4-hour. It's probably setting up a W. So you would have a W and a breakout back to 139. So good buy zone for, actually I'm writing this down. I'm going to look at Apple and Amazon for buys midweek. So we were expecting this, right? This is part of the tech rotation. So so they are getting in. So they probably already got in back there, here. We got the signals here. But, you know, this is the second leg. So think about this. It'll come down here. Probably not going to break this low. It's going to come down here, 117. Boom, it goes up. You break this W neckline, we go all the way up. So, looks good. Looks good for probably getting into some tech stocks this week. Let's remind me about this, so we'll look at some trades during the week. Thank you guys. It's enough. I think I want to go to bed and rest. Hopefully this was helpful. Please like the videos and click subscription and all that. I'm trying to get the channel going a little bit. So thank you so much. Happy trading. Lots of luck. I do have some trades from last week which are sizable income for this week. So I'll have to decide if I want to risk more and just wait and see how those do. But Amazon and Apple looks like we may have some good setups, guys. All right. Have a great night. Thank you, guys.